My sister stole $500,000 from me. She forged our dead grandmother's will, cut me out completely, and smiled at me across the dinner table for 6 months straight. But what she didn't know is that Grandma left me something she could never forge, and it destroyed her.
My grandmother Rose was the kind of woman who could make anyone feel like they were the most important person in the room. Every Sunday, without fail, she gathered our whole family around her oak dining table, my parents, my older sister Claire, and me. The smell of her apple pie would fill the entire house. She always said the secret ingredient wasn't cinnamon or brown sugar. It was love, and honestly, I believed her.
When Grandma passed away last October at 82, it felt like someone had switched off the sun. The funeral was packed. She'd touched so many lives. Claire and I held hands in the front row, both of us crying. At that moment, I thought we were closer than ever. I thought losing Grandma would bring us together. I was so wrong.
2 weeks after the funeral, we gathered at the lawyer's office. I expected it to be simple. Grandma had told me, just 3 months before she died, that she was splitting everything equally between Claire and me, 50-50, fair and square. But when the lawyer opened that envelope and started reading, I felt the floor drop out from under me. The will stated that Claire, and Claire alone, would inherit the house, the savings, the investment accounts, Grandma's entire estate, valued at $512,000. My share? 0. Not a single penny. I looked at Claire. She wouldn't meet my eyes.
That night, I couldn't sleep. Something didn't add up. Grandma was meticulous about fairness. She would never do this. So at 2 in the morning, I pulled out the last birthday card Grandma had given me. Inside, she'd written, "My darling girl, everything I have will be shared equally. The lawyer has my wishes." That's when the rage hit me. Not sadness, not confusion, pure ice-cold rage. Someone had changed that will, and I was going to prove it. I spent the next 3 weeks becoming a detective. I requested a copy of the will from the county clerk. I compared Grandma's handwriting with the signatures on the document. I hired a forensic handwriting analyst. Cost me $2,000 I didn't have, but it was worth every cent. The analyst's report came back crystal clear. The signature on the new will was not my grandmother's. It was a forgery. But here's what made my blood run cold. The forgery was good, really good. This wasn't some amateur job. Someone had practiced Grandma's signature dozens of times to get it right. But what I found next was even worse. I pulled Claire's credit card statements, don't ask me how, and there it was. A payment of $800 to a company called Perfect Penmanship, LLC, 2 months before Grandma died. She hadn't just forged the will. She'd paid a professional to teach her how to copy Grandma's handwriting, while Grandma was still alive, while we were still having Sunday dinners together. Claire had been planning this the entire time. Now I had the evidence. I could have gone straight to the police. I could have filed a lawsuit. But I wanted more than justice. I wanted Claire to feel exactly what I felt. That moment when the ground disappears beneath you. So I waited. Thanksgiving was 3 weeks away. The whole family would be there. And I had a presentation to prepare.
Thanksgiving Day. 23 family members around the table. Claire was sitting at the head, Grandma's old spot, looking like she owned the place, because legally she did. After dinner, when everyone had their coffee, I stood up and said I wanted to share something special about Grandma. I connected my laptop to the TV. The first slide showed Grandma's real handwriting, her birthday card to me. The second slide showed the forged signature on the will, side by side. The room went silent. The third slide showed the forensic analyst's report confirming the forgery. Claire's face went white. The fourth slide showed her credit card statement, the payment to Perfect Penmanship, LLC. And then I looked directly at her and said, "Would you like to explain this to the family, Claire, or should I?"
What happened next was chaos. Claire started screaming that I was lying. My uncle demanded to see the documents. My mother was crying. My father just stared at Claire with this look I'll never forget, like he was seeing her for the first time. Claire tried to grab my laptop. My cousin stopped her. And then, in the middle of it all, Claire's own husband turned to her and said, "You told me the money was from your savings." That's when Claire broke. She started sobbing and ran out of the house. Nobody followed her.
The next morning, I filed a police report. Claire was charged with forgery and fraud. The will was invalidated, and Grandma's estate was split equally, just like Grandma always intended. Claire and her husband divorced 6 months later. She lost the house she tried to steal, most of her friends, and the trust of everyone in our family. She sent me a letter last month asking if we could talk. I haven't opened it yet. Some people ask me if I feel bad about how I did it, exposing her publicly instead of handling it privately. And honestly, I think about Grandma's apple pie, about those Sunday dinners, about a woman who spent her whole life being fair to everyone. Claire didn't just steal money. She stole the last gift our grandmother wanted to give me. So no, I don't feel bad. Not even a little.
If you've ever been betrayed by someone you trusted, drop a comment below. And if you want to hear more stories like this, hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.